Bills Mafia, look at me. Just look at me. I'm going to put away my Miami bias aside. I'm trying to help you out here. One thing you'll notice about let's even talk about a similar franchise to your own, the Philadelphia Eagles. Very passionate fans. They're very critical fans, and I do not think you are all critical enough. I think you need to be pissed. You should be pissed off, and the reason being, you've wasted multiple years on Sean McDermott already. We what are there was 7 years, right? 7 with Josh Allen, six with or another one in there for his rookie year, but that doesn't really count. I'm only here to talk about the last 7 years. And there was one commenter who was really wanting to know, what it was and why I didn't like the Joe Brady hire, and I don't think you should. I'm tired of this let's run it back, this is our year mindset, because that's going to do nothing but waste prime Josh Allen years, and it's going to put you into another rebuild before you know it. So let's just talk about the Joe Brady hire for a second. He's been with the team for 3 years now as an offensive coordinator, right? He goes and hires Pete Carmichael Jr., who was under Sean Payton for a while. He was his offensive coordinator when he was there in New Orleans, and frankly, he's a better offensive mind than Joe Brady. So you go and hire somebody that you can hide behind when your whole thing and your whole shtick is supposed to be, you're this brilliant offensive mind, you're running the show while Sean McDermott was there, whatever. But then you go and hire a first-time defensive coordinator in Jim Leonard. You want to talk about the defense that has happened with the Buffalo Bills in the last 7 years? Let's go through it. Let's talk about the final game of the season. 2026, the Denver Broncos put up 33 points on you. 32 points from the Chiefs in 2025. It's a lot of points. Wouldn't you agree, Nathan?
I would agree, and that was a pretty
27
poor
points.
offensive Chiefs team.
Yeah, let's keep it going. The year prior to that, 27 points to the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. 27 points to the Bengals the year prior to that. 42 points to the Chiefs the year before that. 38 from the Chiefs the year before that. And even 22 points from the Texans the year before that. So you're telling me that I'm supposed to believe in a guy who's an offensive-minded guy, has never been a head coach before, and is supposed to take this team to the next level, when in reality, and then he goes and makes his first hire as a head coach a first-time defensive coordinator, rather than going and getting somebody who actually might be able to reel in this defense and put something together. Now, of course, always take this with a grain of salt. You can always be wrong. I don't care. I don't think I'm going to be wrong. I think at the end of the season, you guys are going to be very upset with this hire, and he's probably going to be on the chopping block again if there's another coaching carousel where there are better names in the field and all of a sudden he's gone. Stop it with the we'll get him next year mindset. That's my message. Be more critical as a fan base. You're passionate enough. You all love the Bills. You go to all the games. You jump on the tables. Rah, rah. Who knows what else? You have nothing else to do in Buffalo. I'm tired of it. Stop coming at me and start going at your team. Go at your owner. Go at your GM. Tell them to make better moves. That's all I got for you, Nathan.
I tell you what, I don't like the Joe Brady hire in particular because of what it enables Josh Allen to do. We know for a fact, right? Sean McDermott did not pay a ton of attention to the offense. He was supposed to be a defensive head coach, which makes those playoff performances even more embarrassing, giving up all those points. With Joe Brady, the turnovers that were allowed were just so poor and not coached out of Josh Allen. Now, you have a guy like Josh Allen. You think about Brett Favre. You think about current guys, again, like even Patrick Mahomes. You can give them some turnovers. They're going to take risks. They're going to trust their arm strength and their ability to make plays. But bad fumbles, bad decisions, and turning it over in your own territory and turning it over when it matters in the game, trying to do too much, that was never coached out of Josh Allen with Joe Brady. And unless Pete comes in and now can coach that out of Josh Allen, 8 years into his career, I have a hard time trusting that. Are you going to have a bad offense? No, you're not. And we'll get into what I think the Bills need to be doing a little bit later. But I don't love the Joe Brady head hire for that reason. I think you're right. He needed to surround himself with other high-quality coaches, right? The thing I gripe about Nick Sirianni all the time. You have to get guys around you who have that head coach experience when you're new or when you're kind of a walk-around guy. Obviously, he's an offensive guy, but I would have loved to have seen, a little bit more of an effort to get a defensive coordinator who had some experience. And it might not be the best defensive coordinator, but when you have a guy who has head coach experience already or is in that tenure of a position, it just frees you up to focus on what you need to focus on. Head coaching is so different. That could be its own segment in its own. Head coaching is entirely different than being a coordinator. Entirely different. Are elements the same? Yeah, but it is entirely different. I agree with you. I don't love the hire. He could very much be on the chopping block. I don't know if this was this isn't quite as bad as Gerard Mayo, hire you to fire you. Not quite that bad, but man, I'm
But let me tell you something else. And this is why we need to be more critical, is because you just had it, that mindset gave you 7 prime Josh Allen years to Sean McDermott. You trusted this man for 7 years. Sirianni is a year removed from a Super Bowl, and his head is already on a silver platter being ready to be served to the chopping block. Like he's almost out the door, and he just won a Super Bowl. So why are we giving Sean McDermott all this leeway, and now here you are, and then you go and make that hire? So that's what I'm saying. It's just we need to be more critical. It's absurd. I don't need to get any more into it than that, but just had to get that off my chest. And said commenter will be tagged in the comments this time around to make sure he watches this video.
We'll tag you. We'll let you know. We'll even give you the timestamps, and we'll let you know exactly what to look at.
We'll make it easy for you.
We'll clip it out. We'll email it to you.
Well,
okay.
I don't know if we have that kind of contact information.
I'll export that onto a USB drive, and I'll send it to your home address. Just let me know. KYP coming with it.